Hi you guys, my name is Rayleigh Rutledge and this is my video resume. I am applying for the Women's Director's job at Kanakuk Camps. I would like to share a little bit about who I am, my past experiences, and why I am good for this job. First of all, I love being outside and playing sports. Oh yes! I also have experience in directing and performing skits. Welcome to Street Trivia at Camp. I'm Rayleigh Rutledge reporting on why Rayleigh Rutledge should be a women's director at camp. Hey, camper, why do you think Rayleigh Rutledge would be a great women's director? I'm your sister, come on.
I'm sorry, well, she loves people, she loves Jesus, and she loves just having fun, and yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Go to the vlog.
All right.
Have fun.
Thank you.
This has been Street Trivia at Camp with Rayleigh Rutledge on why Rayleigh Rutledge should be a women's director. Not to mention, I have been leading others since I was 7 years old.
Alright everybody, listen up. Here's our plans for camp today.
In all seriousness, I would like to talk about why I love and want to be a women's director at camp. I absolutely love the camp life, as you can obviously see. And I also love leadership, and I love leading people to Christ and helping them become stronger in their faith. I grew up in a camp with a camp experience, and I made some amazing friends at camp. And I think that being able to give kids that opportunity as a women's director and being able to oversee everything and help others experience this is so important. Becoming a women's director at Kanakuk Camps, I think, will require so many different attributes. The first attribute that I also think is probably the most important is leadership. As a high school student, I have been very privileged to go through a couple of different programs and put in different positions that have given me the privilege of really exercising my leadership skills and putting that into practice. The first one that I would like to talk about is Youth Leadership New Braunfels, which kind of says it in the name, but 150 applicants apply. And only 30 get in, and I was lucky enough to get into this program, and I learned so much about how much the community depends on leadership from every single attribute in the community, whether it's medical or law enforcement or even political. Every single industry, every single part of a community relies on good leadership to help the community grow and to progress and become better. What I learned from this is that leadership takes practice and time and skill, but in the end, it is so worth it and it is so important. I also met amazing people who are also leaders, and I was able to collaborate with them and learn from them and do team building together that taught me so much about leadership that I will never forget. Another thing that I'd like to talk about is that I was chosen by the head of school last year to represent the junior class in school development meetings. Basically what that is I would attend meetings once a week. To talk about different topics within the school system and how we can improve the school from a student perspective. I was lucky enough to be chosen as the junior representative, but with that came great responsibility on leading my class well and representing them well. And something that I learned from this was to be able to take advice and opinions and everything else from my fellow classmates, take those to the meetings and be able to say, okay, what do we need to change? What do my friends want? What can I take from what they want and need and put that into action in what is best for the school? This was often difficult in some ways because so many people have different opinions on how things should be run or how things should be accomplished in the school. But I was so fortunate to learn how to collaborate well with other representatives from the class and the administration, and I learned so much about how important leadership is just within the school system and how it needs to be executed well in order for good change to happen. The last thing that I would like to talk about is Senior Chapel, which is a big program that goes on every year at the end of school. And one of the things that really hit home for me as a leader, as getting to practice my leadership skills, was I was actually the female master of ceremonies for Senior Chapel this past year. And this takes on a whole new role of leadership, in my opinion, because I was not the one up on stage necessarily giving this presentation, showing how much of a leader I can be or could be. Instead, it was servanthood that I learned the most, and learning how to be a servant leader. And I think this is so important. I learned how to go in and highlight the lives of other people, in this case, the seniors. And I was so fortunate to highlight the lives of so many great seniors in our class who had done an amazing job in school, and who are going on to do amazing things. And as a leader, I think this is so important to learn that it's never about you. It is never about yourself doing the amazing things. It's about getting other people to do the amazing. Overall, the position of women's director at camp, it requires so many different attributes in a person, and I think personally it will push me, this career could really push me to become so much better in leadership and to better the lives of others and to inspire other people. I really think that becoming a women's director at camp requires both strong attributes in leadership and also camp experience and being able to give that experience to other people. I think this is so important in today's world, when so many kids are facing so many different challenges in life, and are having to meet the world with all of these expectations. I think camp and being able to inspire people to follow their path and to run towards Christ and run towards their faith and run towards what they're passionate about is so important in today's world. Being a women's director, I believe that I could properly inspire the counselors to inspire the campers and to be able to lead them well and to help encourage them and give them the camp experience that every camper wants. Ronald Reagan once said, "The greatest leader is not necessarily the one that does the greatest things. He is the one that gets the people to do the greatest things." As a women's director in this position, I think this quote embodies everything that she should chase after. And for me, it personally inspires everything I should be chasing after in this position. I truly believe that the career path of a women's director at camp can change lives so much. And as a women's director, I don't think it would be my job to go out and do the great things, but it would be to inspire other people to do the great things, because that will outlive me. What I personally believe that a great women's director would do, and something I would chase after in this career, is to combine talent with passion and experience. All of these things combined, I think, can create a great career path, and I think I would accomplish in a women's director role. Thank you so much for listening.